The Red Pill Phone Tap is back. We have a very special episode for you this week. Anthony and I, in the pre-show, we could not believe that we have not talked about this topic before. And this week's topic, as you might guess, the world is infected with a lot of these. This week's topic is crazy bitches. Crazy bitches. Now, far be it from us to not have fun with this topic, because we are. But guys, today we're also going to go on a deep dive about how dangerous to your freedom, to your money, to your property. And we're going to go into a lot of specifics today about how these crazy bitches operate. And I mean, we are more than 50 episodes in. This is such a critical subject. I can't believe we put it off this long. I really can't. Because, Anthony, you brought, as we do on this program, we bring specifics. And you just had an encounter with a crazy bitch. I mean, do you want to go into this text thread on the show today? I feel like sometimes, Anthony, we're just kind of talking out into the ether. Now, you let my wife read these texts yesterday.
Yeah. And
you saw the expression on her face.
Well, I like to repeat what she said when she was like, this don't exist. Like, women doing crazy women like this don't exist, right? And then
nope, they do exist.
They exist like a motherfucker. I say, well, I like to show you receipts, man. I'll let you read these receipts, to the point to where she couldn't even finish it because it was that she was overloaded with how crazy it was, and she didn't even get to the end. I was like, no, there's more.
No, it keeps on going.
There's more to the insanity.
Now, specifically, because we don't want to get sidetracked. But I remember when I was coaching a young man who was coming out of a relationship. I think we may have talked about it on this show. Corey Wayne 101, he talks about little subtle things that women do to get you to comply, right? And it's just little shit that it doesn't seem like it's that big a deal if you just do it, because it'll just make them happy. And this was just, they had broken up, and it was some kind of logistical thing, like dropping something off that the other person had left at the other person's house. Just something really logistical. But, being very, very sterile with the text thread, this crazy bitch says, hey, whatever logistical thing they were doing, and make sure that you text me back that you got this text message. Reply to let me know you received this text message. No problem, right?
She want to read receipt message.
Yeah. No problem, right? No problem. Now, with you and I,
that's a big problem for me.
That's a big problem. It's a huge problem because,
for me, yeah.
All right, I know that you're emotionally attached to me, but I'm going to be really, really sterile and talk with no emotion. And by the way, mister, let me know you got this text. Hey, bitch, I did get the text. You know how I know? You know how you should know that I got the text? Bitch, you hit send. I will not be replying that I got the text. So in this real life scenario, I told him, I was like, no. I was like, when you text me, are you like, hey, Wes, gonna come over later for dinner? And see, this is the real truth serum. When guys are communicating with each other, it's the real truth serum. Because we're not fucking crazy like this. So hey Anthony, you coming by the studio to do a podcast? 11 a.m. Hey, text me back. Let me know you got this. You would be like, what the fuck is Wesley's deal? Who the fuck are you ordering around, asshole? But when women do it, we just kind of, okay, sweetie, happy wife, happy life. All right. What? She keeps me on my toes. The excuses you motherfuckers make for women sometimes is just absolutely insane. So let me tell you what happened. I told him, I was like, she is not going to fucking order you around. This is the problem you had in the relationship in the first place. This bitch just making rules on the fucking spot for you. Rules that apply to fucking technology. Don't nobody in this fucking world text their friends or family. Let me know you got this. You fuck. Is what that sounds like. They might as well put you fuck on the end of that text because that's what it sounds like. So I told him, I was like, you absolutely do not reply to that. You guys logistically set your shit up. You're going no contact. In this stage, he was going no contact. You're going no contact. She's walked away from you. The most powerful position in any negotiation is to what? Walk away and mean it. You've walked away. This is just a logistical text. I will not be complying with your rules that I confirm that I got the text. Guess what she did? Same thing that the text thread you're about to talk about. She sat, confirm you got the text! Confirm you got it! God damn it, why the fuck won't you confirm? Let's just call him Bob. Bob! Wait, what? This is why I broke up with you, Bob, because you're a fucking piece of shit. I mean, I'm seriously, all night long, this bitch sat there and drank a bottle of scotch and sent out like 57 texts. And of course, Bob's calling me and texting me nonstop, sending me screenshots. Maybe I should just tell her I got the text, man. Maybe
he was like, make it stop.
Yeah, make all this pain stop. And I'm like, this was your problem all along, Bob. This was your problem all along. She trained you that if you don't do what she says,
yeah.
Then here come you prepare to reap the whirlwind.
There will be hell to pay.
Yeah. And look at you. You're over there just suffering. You're like, let me just text her back, Wes. Come on, man.
Do you think that this scenario could have been prevented as far as in the beginning of the relationship? Could you have established anything in the beginning of the relationship so that this wouldn't be expected of you later on in a relationship?
Yeah, in this specific situation with this person I was coaching, he did establish a lot of dominance in the beginning, and she was very docile. And then she flipped the script on him later. And whose fault was that? His. He allowed it.
Well, that's what I was about to say. Like,
yeah.
Even if you couldn't have prevented it from the beginning of a relationship, something along the way in the relationship allowed this to be acceptable, right?
And I want to our listeners who have not read The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen R. Covey, wonderful book. I feel like every man at some point in his life should read that book. But he specifically talks about whenever you go into a negotiation, your goal is to negotiate a win-win. The party on this side feels like they benefit. The party on this side feel like they benefit. And during, he was given he was doing like a class or a speaking engagement or something. And somebody in the crowd mumbled, well, win-win sounds good in theory, but it doesn't apply to landlords. And he said, well, hold on a second. Let's get into that. What happened? He's like, well, I've got a successful business in the shopping center. As soon as we got successful, They doubled the rent on us. We were able to do that. Now he's raised it another 50% from where it was after they doubled it. And I'm stuck here. I can do nothing. He's like, well, okay. The goal is to negotiate to a win-win. And guys, this is what I want you guys to remember with these fucking crazy bitches. If you can't negotiate a win-win, then you move to what's called a no deal. No deal. I have to remind you guys, it is within your power to walk away whenever the fuck things are not going your way. And what does Patrice O'Neal say? You're going to have to sit in the corner by yourself and cry.
Take that L.
Got to take the L. And fellas, this isn't the He-Man Woman Haters Club over here at the Red Pill Phone Tap. We understand that you get feelings for women. I get feelings for women. Anthony gets feelings for women. And it affects you. And it's painful. But you have to love yourself first. If you can't negotiate to a win-win, and bitches are just coming out of pocket,
Wesley,
acting crazy, no deal.
Wesley, you said something very important. Love yourself first, right?
Yeah.
When does that not come into play?
Never.
Exactly.
Never. Never. You have to imagine that there's like, what do they call it in psychology? The inner child. You have to almost kind of imagine that there's this delicate little child inside you that you have to protect. And I shared that with this person. This whole idea that you've been taught, guys, by the way, it's not your fault. You've all been taught this. This whole idea, self-sacrifice. Make sure the people around you are happy and don't worry about yourself. I want you to point me to a highly successful guy that's ever had that mindset. I want you guys to point me to a highly successful guy that's ever had that mindset. Guys, you never have to worry about self-sacrifice. Men, you will do self-sacrifice by nature. This is why when a man is happy, everybody around him is happy. Happier. I watched last night, Anthony, I watched the Dennis Rodman 30 for 30.
Yeah.
To his detriment, Dennis Rodman he owned a bar. It was the worst thing he could, a club. Worst thing he could ever do. Because every time a motherfucker came in, he'd be like, drinks are free for the rest of the night. And of course, his came from like desperately wanting people to like him. But he couldn't help himself. He just wanted everybody around him to be happy. Even though he knew they didn't give a shit about him. Anthony, can we go into this text thread?
Oh.
Now set up the story here. This is somebody that... Now, would you say that this person was in your rotation?
It was a tryout.
Tryout. Yeah. You were out there scouting. All right, cool. I've seen you play in a few games. Why don't you come over to our practice facility and run a few drills? We'll have you scrimmage with some of our current players. Just come on over. We'll try each other out.
Yeah. And for people who may not have tuned into the show before, this is something that we talked about in depth about rotations and rotating, meaning different women that you're seeing to see if anything is going to develop into something bigger than just dating, right? And this person, I guess, you know how sometimes you meet somebody and they're willing to open up about their past experiences and dating and life story and kind of introduce you kind of a holistic view of what's happened and how they got to who they are now. And
by the way, that's a red flag.
Well, I was about to tell you. The reason people do that is they're trying to set up, a reason to, hey, I told you. right?
Yeah, and I would say another reason, too, and this is just me thinking aloud, women have experienced in the past, when they talk about past trauma, that it flips some kind of hero switch inside of guys. Most of them. Most of them. Sidebar, guys. What this program is designed to help you guys do is to be very deliberate about shit. Okay? Being very deliberate, where you're learning shit that is almost kind of against your instincts sometimes. I mean, that's really what this show is strategizing.
Or against your programming.
Yeah. Your societal programming, I think, is what Anthony's talking about.
Yeah.
That whole trigger where you've watched a ton of movies where Richard Gere comes in and saves this hoe. Julia Roberts is a hoe on the streets till she meets Richard Gere and drives in his Lambo or whatever the fuck car they were driving in. And then he finds out that she was the hoe with the heart of gold. You guys might be laughing as I say that, but I bet all of you guys enjoyed and watched that movie. Pretty Woman. That's what I'm talking about. I bet all of you watched and enjoyed that movie. And you were won over by that beautiful Julia Roberts smile. But if you take a step back, if you've ever listened to this program, man, you don't get together with the hoe. Can we take a step back for a second? You don't fall in love with a hoe. Well, you don't understand, Wesley. She's a real person and she had a crazy life experience. No, man. In real life, hoes are just hoes. They're on fucking drugs. They got a body count of over 200-300 men. Sex, they can't even connect emotionally with sex anymore because they had so many dicks inside of them. Guys, what this show is designed to help you do is to, as Anthony was saying, this scenario, he's like, she's opening up to me. She wants to tell me about her past relationships or her past traumas. Immediately, like in my mind, because I've sat down and learned about this shit, I'm like, ping, one-way ticket to the friend zone. I'm being her therapist. Mm-hmm. That's a ticket to the friend zone.
Yeah.
I want you to be the gay male friend, so I can talk about all my issues, so I don't have to fucking pay a therapist. Save a lot of money. Bing! As Anthony was saying. Uh-oh. This is an excuse for later. I'm damaged. I'm letting you know I'm damaged. Because of all these evil men have damaged me, so it ain't my fault I'm crazy. Right? Bing! Trying to turn my hero switch on. Don't worry, Julia Roberts. Richard Gere will come save you, you dumb hoe.
Superheroes, activate. That's the
White Knight. Assemble.
Right. Like Transformers, like Voltron. Get all this, all the White Knight.
Yeah, I mean, but see, guys, as Anthony's telling the story, I want you guys to eventually have this knowledge, like, oh, red flag, red flag, red flag. Now, we're not going to we're going to have to do a segment over this. Because a lot of guys are forgetting seduction and charm, right?
Yeah.
We're not gonna say passive aggressive dumb shit to this bitch, because if you're not trying to be charming and seductive, that's gonna come through. Humans are really, really good at.
I gotta preface that she's not into me because I didn't charm her.
See, I have to tell our listeners that because they forget this.
Okay.
The reason that she is melting into your arms is not because you're over there like, all right, you stinky mouth bitch.
See,
quit telling me about your issues.
See, one of the things that, I guess this is the things that people remember about the red pill and why I think people get turned off about it is not that it's not true. Is that the part before we do any corrections within the relationship portion of it is not discussed. We're not talking about how the relationship evolved into a relationship and what we had to do to get that to even be a relationship.
Right.
So when we're in a relationship, we're saying, hey, these are lines you need to draw to maintain your masculinity, one. What we talked about earlier in the program, loving yourself first, and not allowing someone to change your frame and make you follow them, especially when it comes to a man and a woman relationship. West agrees that a man should lead the relationship. Mm-hmm. Men are in charge of relationships. A woman can't get in a relationship with you without a man saying he wants to be in that relationship. Just like you can't have sex with a woman without a woman laying down and opening herself to you. You have to be able to say, this is the role I play in this part of our interaction and our engagement with each other. So,
yeah, I mean, women agree to sex, men agree to relationships.
Facts.
But Anthony, that's not necessarily true, because sometimes I want to be the one to like ask if she wants to be in a relationship with me.
No.
Yeah. Will you say that one more time for our listeners?
No.
No. Women agree to sex, men agree to relationships. All that relationship talk and all that fantasizing you got about booing up with this bitch, you guys, this is what this program's for. We got to help you strategize. Even though you want to hit that pussy every night and lay in her arms and fall asleep in her titties and have her whisper sweet nothings in your ear, that's all very natural. But guys, it's your job to show up, hang out, have fun, hook up, as Corey Wayne says. It's her job to do the relationship stuff, and then you must agree to it. Women agree to sex, men agree to relationships, is the natural way things have to happen. Otherwise, you're not in a position of leadership.
And this is, see, and I hear women say the opposite of this all the time. I want to be pursued. I want to be chased. Okay. And I'm not telling you that you shouldn't want that, right? But a man saying that he wants a relationship from you quickly flips him upside down. Because he don't have, at this point, he's asking for permission.
Isn't this also some dumb shit that women say, though? Doesn't everybody want to be pursued and chased?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Well, the thing is though,
they think that's an original fucking thought. This is how fucking dumb bitches are.
This is a movie script, though. This is a movie script from Disney.
Yeah, he shows up with flowers, then he shows up with chocolates, and I would love for a bitch to do that to me. She shows up with a Rolex, shows up with. This is just something. This is some kind of weird fantasy that any human of any gender, race,
any culture,
or culture, you fucking dumb bitch. And again, guys, what does society not require women to do a lot?
Take accountability.
Well, I was going to say think. Oh. They don't sit down and think about this shit.
I know they don't take accountability either.
Yeah. Them not taking accountability is nothing new.
I'll disagree with you. They do think about this shit. But they only think about it in the fantasy world.
Yeah. They don't sit down and go, does this make sense?
No, they don't think about it that way. No. And if it does, and if they do ask that question, if it makes sense, the references that they have is each other. And
they're in the same fantasy world too.
They're in the same bubble of the movies and the magazines that tell them that this is how it should play out. But one of the things that a lot of things women don't do is think about, what does the man want from me? It's always from their perspective of, what do I want from him? What can he do for me? It's never, what does he want from me? It
wasn't always like this.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't always like this. Used to, mothers had a big role in teaching their daughters what men like. And by the way, this was back in an age too where, I know this is going to be crazy. This is back in an age too where daughters actually listen to their fucking parents. And you'd be like, no, honey. I mean, you've heard, these old wives' tales. I'm sure you've heard this phrase. If you want to keep a man, you keep his belly full and his balls empty. I mean, this is shit like women used to teach women.
Well, what about
and it was like, man, men are pretty easy to please. Cook for them and have sex with them. Man, that'll take you a long fucking way, bitch.
You know let me tell you what I used to see when I was not even my last generation with my parents' generation. I'll tell you a generation before then. I used to see my grandparents pick up the meal from the man after he's finished eating, and then the daughters will pick up it from the sons. That is a woman in training on how to treat the man in the house.
But Anthony, doesn't this belittle the woman?
In what way?
I mean, Anthony, you can't expect a woman to pick up a fucking plate. I mean, that just really belittles them. Oh, really? But I bet you expect the sons to fucking mow the yard, don't it? You see what I'm saying? Like, these bitches are so arrogant here in the West that to pick up a plate, how hard is that to do? How fucking hard is that to do? When I go to the kitchen, if I finish my meal first, I reach over and grab my wife's plate. I'm sorry, if I finish my meal last, we're watching a show or a movie, I'm taking my plate to the kitchen. Here, give me your plate. I don't have this. No, that makes me below my wife. It's so fucking stupid. Nope. And it dumbs women down to like, oh, basically y'all don't do nothing of value for anybody, right?
Or the feeling of I don't have to, because what do they put in front of that when they say I don't have to do it? My degree, my job, the money in my bank account, the life experiences that I have.
Welcome to your divorce, then, bitch. Well, welcome to your divorce.
A lonely life.
Well, it's just, I mean, they would never, those bitches with the degrees, they would never show up to a professor and be like, I shouldn't have to read this book.
No.
You should just give me an A because I'm the smartest bitch. I just fucking arrived and I showed up. I don't have to do any fucking work. You should just give me an A because I fucking have a vagina and I exist. They would never approach college that way. But they put no deliberate effort into relationships or marriage. But we digress. Back to crazy bitches. So, Anthony, would you go... So, you said this is a girl that you were having tryouts with.
Yeah.
What... And we saw the red flags of, like, she's kind of talking about all of her past and how damaged she was.
Right.
What happened then?
That was like the first
time you had her at your basketball facility?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So and the reason was like, well, those are red flags, Anthony. Why did you continue to do anything beyond that?
What do you mean continue? Keep rotating bitches, move forward. I mean, I don't think she did enough to like make you cut her from the team.
No,
because you can. I mean, you can still manage that,
right? That's exactly what I was about to get into.
You can manage that. You can be like, "Hey, sweetie, let's not go all into our past every time we hang out." That's God, this is awkward. It's not fun for me. How about that?
Are you used to women?
You see how easy that came out of my mouth? Yeah. Have I said that more than once?
Yes.
Where I'm leading and redirecting our hangout. Because when we hang out, we got to do what? Have fun. Mm-hmm. It's not fun for me to sit here and talk about dudes beat you up. I mean, that kind of brings me down. I'm not trying to watch a well-directed Oscar award-winning drama. I'm trying for this date to be like a comedy. And you can redirect. So, yeah, I mean, to me, there's nothing that's happened so far that you couldn't.
Well, and one reason I said it, because I kind of wanted to play devil's advocate with the conversation. It was like, well, it's your fault. You should have got rid of her right then, right? The thing is like, I never prejudge anybody based on their past experiences, because they could have gotten therapy, they could have moved on, whatever. And a lot of times when you're on first dates, people are nervous. You know what I'm saying? Because of the
don't know what to say. Yeah,
the natural thing of I don't know you really.
Women have to worry about their safety.
Exactly. I was just
constantly.
about to say.
On a first date, I can't imagine what it's like a woman worrying about her safety.
Yeah.
You don't fucking know this dude.
Right.
This dude could overpower you at any time.
Anytime, right.
Could rape or kill you. I mean, as Louis C.K. says, going on a first date for women with a guy is the most dangerous fucking thing you do. All the bad shit that's ever happened to women came from a dude. All the physically bad shit that ever happened to a woman. So they got to worry about their safety. I never thought of it like that, Anthony, but you're right.
Yeah.
People are nervous on first dates, right? Got to, all right, let's work it out. We'll have to redirect if this continues to be a pattern.
Right. So that's why it continued. And actually the second time was a good time. Things were progressing.
Let me ask you this. Did she bring up the past again?
No.
Oh, okay. Oh, see? Yeah. There you go.
So it was fine. It's like, okay, well, we'll do this again sometime.
Now, I know it was COVID, but what kind of fun was had on these two tryouts? Just Netflix and chill, or
normal second date stuff for me.
Oh, so you guys weren't at the crib? Like, you went out?
Oh no, it was at the crib.
Oh, I'm just saying, because COVID-19, most dates are happening at the house.
Yeah.
Right now. Yeah.
It was at the crib. The normal second date for me. If you listen to the show, you know what normal second and third dates happen. For me. But so things progressed naturally. What happens between men and women. And that was fine. Cool. Let's do this again sometime. What starts to happen with certain things with certain women is when things start to be positive for them, they kind of like, okay, typically things don't work out this well for me. I don't want to lose this. So let me turn up the heat. Let this person know I'm interested. And if you don't respond in the same way, it seems like a bit of rejection for them. So
you mean them trying to amp up?
Yes.
Okay.
Wanting to see you back-to-back days.
Sorry, we have a
multiple times throughout the week.
Emergency outside.
This just happens, man. Like I'm sure you've been in dates where women had a good time and they wanted to see you immediately again. And for us, if you listen to this show, we understand that we don't do back-to-back dates for reasons. Go back.
I forgot about this part of the story. This is where it gets good.
But in reality, I had shit to do. So me having something to do,
and it was just good practice anyway.
Yeah.
To not do a back-to-back.
Yeah. You don't want to do it for several good reasons, and I stand by that. That's just what I do. It's not a game. And if you're a woman and you're listening to this, well, that just sounds like a game. It's not a game for me. It's just what I do. And if you have a problem because you can't see me in back-to-back days, that's a codependency problem and a red flag for me that I feel you need to handle up, because you want to do something and you can't do it when you want to, that's something wrong with you in that point.
Let's not get lost in the sauce, but let's just visit a few reasons why you never want to do back-to-back dates. This gets in when I'm coaching people, this gets in my kitchen really quickly, because I tell them, no back-to-back dates, no back-to-back dates, no back-to-back dates, no back-to-back dates. What do they fucking do every time?
Back-to-back dates.
Back-to-back dates. If you're doing back-to-back dates, first of all, you need to look in the mirror. You have a scarcity mindset. Okay? I know that vagina felt good, but you have to take care of your own happiness first. And one of the things that'll happen if you have back-to-back dates is you will get too attached to this person too quickly, and you will lose the ability to read red flags when they happen. You have to. It's not a game. It's not a... I'm tired of the goddamn... Whenever you hear someone say that phrase, I'm tired of the goddamn games, This is someone who's being lazy about dating. They don't want to be deliberate. They just want shit to fall in their lap. They're trying to say I'm tired of the games, hoping some woman that's desperate also tired of the games or whatever. Guys, people that say they're tired of the goddamn dating games, these are desperate people that want to do no work to make themselves happy. If you've ever said that, look back at that time in your life. That's what you're doing. No back-to-back dates. That's only one reason. I mean, what's another good reason for no back-to-back dates, Anthony? Probably not on your purpose, right?
Well,
probably not doing the shit you should be doing.
I guess because I was about to say, typically if it's a back-to-back date, it's her asking for it, right? But I guess there are guys who will ask for a date, right?
They just want to lazily just fall right back in that vagina. Instead of what you should be doing, instead of a back-to-back date, you should be throwing the fucking net back out into the ocean and getting more bitches for your rotation.
They want to double down.
Yeah.
They instead of pressing reset, they want to double down and say, "Nope, got one." Listen, have you ever caught a fish, no matter what size it was, and released it back into the water? Have you ever done that as a man? Fishing.
Of course. Yeah.
So, why are you struggling with that with a woman? You should be able to have a good time with a woman and not have a desperation mindset of, I can't let this bitch go. I can't let this specific one go because I had a positive time with her, and if I don't try to get her back, I'm going to lose her. As soon as you start developing that, guess who has the advantage at this point? Because if she asks you to do something that's out of pocket, you're the one who have this desperate mindset now. So you're going to fall in line to whatever frame she wants you to be in.
Well, I just want to make her happy. Happy wife, happy life.
This ain't your wife. This your second date. This ain't your wife, bro.
Yeah, but I fantasized about her being my wife.
See? That's where you at,
because she's so fine.
That's where you at. That's where you can't. Man, I've done this.
You have these rules. You have these rules in place, Anthony. And it makes so much sense. These rules about not dating back to back. You just must be a super genius when it comes to dating. That must be it.
No.
That's not it?
No.
I mean, you didn't just come up with this because you're a super Tony Stark genius of dating?
No.
How did you learn this, Anthony? No back-to-back dates.
Well,
from doing back-to-back dates.
Well, I was about to say
that's how I learned it.
I'll tell you this. Do back-to-back dates and tell me. Well, you're listening to this show and you're probably not in a relationship. How did that work out for you?
Yeah. It turned up the attachment from a 2 to a 10. You ignored red flags. You ended up in bad relationships, probably.
What does it do for you? It gives you. It sets up the. It sets up the platform or the stage to continue fucking up.
Oh my God! By the way, we said that there were many reasons not to do back-to-back dates. You just hit on the big one. Now, if she doesn't just get to come through whenever the fuck she wants, forget your rotation now. If she just dictates, hey, come back tomorrow too. It's like, now forget about managing a rotation. Now this bitch is all up in your business. Hey, I just want to stop by. And I'll never forget that one girl that fucked up my rotation by doing that. You know which one?
Yeah.
Every night after work was oh God, work was just so stressful. And I remember I had somebody there for my rotation that was coming in from out of town, was spending a whole weekend. I almost got a fucking ulcer, dude. Because I thought that bitch would just show up at my door.
Show up.
And I got another bitch there. So it was just like, oh my God, I can't believe it. So what we're trying to say, guys, is you have to have discipline like Anthony's demonstrating. For Anthony, this is just like, he's been dating so long and has gotten so good at this that he's like, this is just a fucking discipline. I do not do back-to-back dates. There's this great quote that I have written on our board here in the studio. It's by Jim Rohn. And he says, we must all suffer from one of two pains. The pain of discipline or the pain of regret. The difference is discipline weighs ounces while regret weighs tons. You do back-to-back dates, you end up in a fucking relationship with this bitch because you got attached. Because we're going to go into to the crazy town that's about to happen. But see what Anthony did there. He cut shit down because he was like, no, I don't do back-to-back dates. Bitch, you're lucky if you see me more than once in a week. I got a rotation to manage. I got to manage my life. I have disciplines to make sure that little child inside of Anthony is protected and happy. Because my happiness is paramount. I trust that when I'm happy, I make everybody else around me happy.
Yeah.
So she starts throwing a fit that she can't see you back-to-back nights.
Yeah.
What does this fit look like?
All right. Man. Let's get into this, man.
What does this fit look like?
Let's see.
Because right now, any women listening to this podcast are just like, God, these guys hate women. They say all women are crazy. Oh, so all women are crazy? Let them behind the curtain, Anthony.
All right. So, I think I had a missed call around 11:30.
Was that when I was at your place?
No.
Oh, okay.
This was before.
A different time she threw a fucking fit.
Yeah,
My bad.
And this was the day before. I had a missed call, and I sent her a text saying, "Hey, you knew I was asleep." So
11:30 p.m.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. Because you don't play that shit.
No, I don't. I go to bed. I need to go to bed, and I'm out.
Oh, again, Anthony caring for himself, giving himself rest for the next workday. He's not going to stay up till all hours of the fucking night entertaining these hoes.
So, no response to that, right? I didn't get any responses from that. I guess she was too pissed off to answer me, but it is what it is. I get a text out of the blue that says, I'm done with the games. I've been
By the way, I didn't know she texted that.
Oh.
I just fucking did that, didn't I? That whole fucking... Look, I'm tired of the goddamn games.
I've been taking it slow. Didn't pressure you. I try to hang with you. You, capital words, never answer my calls. Can't be a coincidence you're always busy. I get the hint. Maybe took me a while, but I got it. I'm not into this anymore.
Now,
I did not respond. This was a text on a Friday night at 5:50 p.m.
Okay, so you didn't respond. But
No.
Anthony, what would you guess the response has been in her life whenever she sends out a text like that?
Oh, no.
Let me ask you this first. Do you think that's the first time she sent out that text?
Hell no.
Not at all. So what do you think the response was? Hold on, baby.
Right.
No, baby, hold on. And she has learned, because humans learn, they have what's called learned behaviors. She has learned, when I send this shit out, watch all the coddling and cuddling I get. Soon as I hit send, and you just like did not respond.
No. I didn't respond because I had invited you to come over, and I wasn't going to get into that shit. This was the Friday night you came over.
Okay, but she tried to call you while I was there.
She called me while you were there, right?
Okay.
And I was
to follow up this text, or
no. This is when she called me when me and you was talking outside.
Oh, okay.
And I came back
to this text. Oh. That's even funnier because again, this was clearly not a game you were playing.
No.
You were visiting with a friend. You're like, hey, come over and try this 9-banded wheated bourbon. You got to come try this. The weather's perfect for it. We stepped outside to talk. Oh, because we were
check on your car.
to check on my car.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was parked in a assigned parking space at your complex. Come back to that. Wow.
I didn't respond, right? I did pick up the phone, and they said, "Hey," or did she call me again? I can't remember what happened. I don't know. If I
No,
called
you
her.
tried to call her back.
She didn't answer.
She didn't answer.
Right.
You
know that was purposeful, right?
Okay, well, no, walk me through that because again, you're the nice one on the show. No, I'm serious. I'm serious and if you guys have listened to this show, I walk in and I get that text. I'm like, uh-oh, someone just got cut.
Yeah.
Don't send that shit. I've just dealt. For those of you that have listened to this program for a while, you guys know that when it comes to crazy women, my stepmother that I grew up with from the age of 5 till I was 16 and had to run away from my house because she was fucking crazy, physically abusive, mentally abusive to my brothers, and like I had to leave. I have had my fill of crazy bitches. Won't do it, can't do it. I'm like Mike Singletary on that one. Can't win with them. Can't play with them. So I would have seen that text and been like, nope, this is crazy, bitch. Won't be doing this.
Well, when I saw that and it was crazy, I agree. I figured this was about to be the end of what it was, right? And I was cool with that. What my calling was to
I was outside, you crazy bitch.
was to put that to rest, that you're acting outside of the norm as far as
redirect
human interaction with each other. I don't play that shit. So if this is what you want to do, this is how you want to talk, then this is not how we're going to deal with each other in the future. So I bid you goodwill with the rest of your life.
Yeah.
And I was going to end it. I had no problem ending it at that point at all. Okay. But I don't know if you remember the call when she did call back, and I was like,
you were very abrupt and like a very daddy's not playing games tone. I remember that. You're like, yeah. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Yeah, I'll call you back. Like it was very much like daddy's not here to play. You crossed the line with that fucking crazy text. I mean, did I remember that correctly?
Yeah.
It was very like, daddy's not happy.
I said, I'm here, having a drink with my friend. I'll call you later.
Yeah, but I think the tone said everything.
Well, yeah.
It was just very much like,
it was no.
I'm not impressed, bitch.
Well, I wanted to let her know that this is not acceptable, one. And when we do talk, this is not going to be
a good conversation.
Right. This is not going to be in your favor. I promise you. We did have a discussion. Okay.
Oh, so she didn't text you for the rest of the...
No, she came over.
Now, how did y'all set that up? Did she call or you called or...
No, I called her back when you left.
Okay.
And I had a discussion with her, let her know that shit was not cool, and my expectations for any woman that expect to be in my life, how to respond and talk to me. And during this same conversation, she was apologetic and
that's crazy bitch 101, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry, my bad, daddy. Oh God, I just overreacted. I'm sorry. I just think you're so awesome that.
And the man, there's so much that went on with this, because she wanted to cut off me giving her discipline at that point. She's like, I want to stop talking about this. I just want to be with you and spend time with you. And I was like, no. We need to have this discussion because I don't want to go through this ever again with you.
Yeah.
Because if this happens again, I can't do that.
And this is an example, Anthony. You know, we've said it in the program before. Discussions are not punishment. They're, as you said, We're not going to repeat this behavior.
Yeah, I'm setting.
That's why we have to discuss it. Yeah,
because you crossed the line, and I gotta let you know why crossing this line is bad for you.
I love that our listeners right now are like, I don't know, it doesn't sound that bad. Stay with us a sec.
We have only just begun.
Our listeners are like, well, I mean, geez, I mean, she got a little emotional for a second. I mean, everybody calm down. Yeah, watch.
Well, so she said she wanted to come see me. Cool. After she said all her apologies and was like, I just really wanted to see you, and I never got to see you, and I felt like you was pushing me off, and blah 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 blah, whatever. So I said, all right, listen.
Well, let's translate that, bitch, with your fancy words. You didn't get what you wanted. You threw a fucking fit.
Spoiled behavior.
Yeah, and one of the things we said in the pre-show, because I haven't seen what this girl looks like, but my wife saw a picture of her, and my wife was like, she's an attractive girl. You know, and most of these crazy bitches, guys, are attractive, physically attractive.
Yeah.
Because Anthony said before the show, if you just had some terrible skin, 320-pound bitch running around acting crazy, that bitch would get put in jail. Society ain't gonna deal with that. Oh man, she is a pretty girl. Shit. She's been getting away with this for a minute, hasn't she?
Because she's pretty.
And guys, this is why y'all get lazy. It's easy for us to sit here in a vacuum and be like, this dumb bitch, can't believe this dumb bitch did this. But when she's sitting on your dick and she looks good naked, that's where, guys, the pain of discipline or the pain of regret comes in. So she comes over and she's trying to be dismissive about her own behavior, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, this is what she does when she visits me. She just gets undressed, right?
Oh, wow. Because this is learned behavior. This has always worked for her in the past.
Yeah.
Light-skinned beauty, big, beautiful lips. I mean, she's learned that most men don't like dealing with her shit anyway. All they want to do is fuck her, so she's kind of realized that's all she brings to the table anyway, right?
Well, I think that's like this. It's a easy diversion where men get caught up with the beauty of a woman and dismisses the behavior of a woman.
Now, can you repeat? We talked about this on the phone earlier in the week. What goes through a woman's mind when she does something wrong and then she fucks you?
Oh, it's fixed.
Yeah, in her mind, that is all fixed. We told a story recently about a crazy bitch I dated that ruined my show with Tom Segura.
Yeah.
What did she do, Anthony? What did she do? Sent me emails, sent me texts. I'm so sorry. Can't believe I did that. Oh, my God. And then what did she do? Showed up, dressed to the nines in a pinup dress, sucked and fucked me. I mean, with a lot of extra effort. And then when she was done, she was like, oh.
That's done.
Now that that's out of the way.
Yeah.
Now I'm back to being in charge.
Yeah.
Right?
All of a sudden, the slate is clean, like nothing happened.
Yeah. That's how golden they think their fucking vagina is. That's how great they think their vagina is, isn't it? I need you guys to understand that. This is what I'm talking about. When Anthony was talking about back-to-back dates, if you guys were watching on the live, you could see his face. Anthony's face was just so... like, he just had this look of disgust, like, back-to-back dates, you don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how strong his discipline is. Yeah. Because he knows it's no different than a weightlifter. If I miss the bench today, I'm not going to get to where I want to bench press. I can't miss it.
Yeah.
That's just fucking crazy. But it's a Friday. Fuck Friday. As C.T. Fletcher says. I mean, you have to do these disciplines, guys. so that you can get what you want.
Well,
now, Anthony, can I ask you a candid question?
What's up?
How many girls you got in your rotation right now?
Shit.
That are like solid rotation bitches.
I'm at 3.
3.
Yeah.
It varies, right? It can vary from 3, 6, but 3 is a rotation. But how many girls do you have that you're scouting and for tryouts and
shit? That's
16.
Yeah, that number keeps going. Shit.
Yeah, it's just you're constantly scouting. Now, if you're doing back-to-back dates, you have time to do any of that shit?
Hell no.
No. And then you got bitches fall off your rotation. There's this whole thing.
Yeah.
That's why, like, if you were watching the live stream on our Facebook, we saw Anthony's face. Bitch, I'm not doing back-to-back dates.
Well, let's talk about
I don't
that.
care how bad you want to come over and fuck and take off your clothes and do all this other shit. I know this takes me to an eventual bad road.
Well, let's talk about that. She came in. She does this. Within 10 minutes, her clothes is off. And
does she come in like really physically affectionate, like wants to hug you? Hey, daddy.
Yeah. But
I'm sorry. I can't believe I sent that text. I'm so sorry.
the last time she was there, we didn't have sex, right? Same shit. Take off her clothes, whatever, right?
So just walks around naked and
Yeah.
don't even have sex?
Yeah.
Like naked or bra and panties?
Bra
or?
and panties.
Ooh.
Bra and panties.
Sometimes I like bra and panties more than
Naked. Yeah.
naked.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, man. God
Yeah.
damn. Matching.
think-
By the way, matching bra and panties for
Yeah.
those
Yeah,
of our listeners
Yeah.
masturbating at home. Matching bra and panties, guys. The reason I said that
Well, they
that
take
girl's putting in effort.
yeah,
that's a lot of effort for
Yeah.
you.
Well, it's purposeful, because they know.
If you're married for a decade or more and you start noticing your wife wearing a lot of matching bra and panties, that's sign number 1 she's having an affair, by the way. Just for you guys keeping score at home. Now, I've never had that happen. That's just kind of some knowledge on the streets.
Well, I've had an instance with my brother. He bought those for her. He's never seen them on her.
Oh,
but
boy.
she packed it in a bag to go out on the trip.
Oh, I remember that story now.
And I'm like, fuck that shit, bro. That shit cancels. Cancel all that. Take that shit out the bag, matter of fact. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I'm not going to get a sidetrack. But came over, taking clothes off. For most guys, a woman taking her clothes off, it's time to have sex. Right? And for me, I believe in punishment. I believe in you have to pay for the actions and behavior that you exude, and you don't get rewarded. Because sex with me is a reward for you. Anthony,
would you put this under discipline?
Yes.
Because you probably wanted to fuck her.
Hell yeah.
Bitch walking around in bra and panties.
It's not like I'm not triggered because she sits next to me, she feels me, she plays with me and shit. Because she knows that it's going to be attractive, but I don't pursue sex. I don't push for it. Okay? And
not today, you're not, at least.
Not at all. Not at all, because, one, you don't get to just do that and think that you can just do that and everything's cool.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to let her see. Like, you can't just... Everything don't just go back to normal just because you take your clothes off.
Right.
It's not that easy, right? Now, we fell asleep watching TV. Something happens with her phone, and she leaves. She leaves.
Something happened with her phone.
I think she checked her phone because the phone was charging, whatever. She goes and checked her phone, and she was like, oh, what time is it? And she leaves. She said, I gotta go.
Okay.
Cool. So she sends me the text early in the morning. Can we kick it when I get off work today? I'll bring dinner. I don't want to hear anything about your kitchen because I told her my kitchen was a mess. I didn't want to do anything like that. And she's like, LOL. I didn't respond. Okay.
Well, is it because you're playing games, Anthony?
No.
Had to go to work. Had to live your life, right? It would have only taken you a second to respond. Well, Anthony, why didn't you at least confirm that you got the text?
The reason I was hesitant to respond, right? Because and this was a Friday night, so I didn't have to go to work. This was a Friday night, and her leaving abruptly like that with no explanation.
Well, I already had things I was thinking. Yeah.
So I was like, "What the fuck is that?" Interesting. So this is a woman that wants me to detail everything's going on and why I can't see her and this and that. She raised all this ruckus to come see me, and then in the middle of our interaction, she has to go.
Mm-hmm.
So interesting. Okay, cool. Go do you. But I'm not gonna throw you no text on what the fuck was that. What
right.
What's going on? Whatever. I you don't owe me shit. You know what I mean? I don't see us in a relationship, so I don't have to say or do anything about that. All right. So just to give context to why I was like, do whatever the fuck you need to do. I'm not gonna be.
Now, you didn't even send a text saying, "Hey, I'm not available tonight," or
no. She come back and like says my name, like Anthony ... Right. This is her response.
Confirm you got this. Confirm you got this.
Right. That's what.
God damn it! Confirm. I need that validation right now.
I said nah. I said maybe Sunday, like they talked about. I think I told her like Sunday was. I do have nothing going on Sunday, but if you wanted to, because she was talking about cooking and shit like that, so I was like, man, maybe Sunday. But I said, let's see, let's play it by ear, right? That was our conversation that we had when she was there, and then she said, we did. I forgot. You sure? Though I wanted to be even closer to you than we were last night, and Sunday night you have to go to bed early. She knows.
I don't understand. Every time I've ever dangled my pussy in front of a guy, he always does as I command. God damn it! Well, what is going on here?
This coded "I want to be even closer to you" texting is. Yeah, we didn't have sex, so why not? And so she wanted to have sex. That's what she wanted to say, but she's using this coded language.
Well, yeah, I mean, that wasn't that coded.
Yeah.
I mean, that was pretty obvious. Like, it almost kind of feels like she thought. It almost kind of feels like maybe he was a little too nervous to move in. Maybe me being in my bra and panties wasn't enough. I'll send this clever text. I want to be even closer tonight, Anthony.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, very subtle, bitch.
Yeah.
But man, when I can already kind of start to feel the simmering. Because usually when she dangles pussy, she gets her way.
Yeah.
Just 100% compliance. She's like, "Is you sure? There goes some pussy coming through tonight."
Well, this is what she says. You go to work Monday, ? It's a holiday and it's gonna freeze. And I respond, well, today I set aside for myself. So that excludes everyone, including you. If it's ice, I'm not going to work, but it's not a holiday for me. So she says, wow, okay, this is what I'm saying. I was saying, I get in my feelings, and I'm actually anxious to be around you. Wish you felt the same way.
I didn't say I wasn't feeling that way. You know what I'm saying? Like these conclusions she jumps to.
Well, because it's not getting what she wants when she asks for it.
It's just, this is just, I mean, if you really want to break it down, to just real factual terms, I bet women listening to this would get really deep on it. Well, maybe the way she's feeling is blah, blah. It's like, no, what this really is I usually get my way when I dangle pussy in front of people. And now that it's not working, I'm about to go full helter-skelter on you. And I think that's where this goes, right?
Yeah. I said, it's not personal. She said, nah, it is. And I said, you're the only person that I've actually even texted back today. I know you've been sensitive about this lately, so this is why.
Yeah.
And then she says, when I'm with you, I feel like you are into me, but I get no sense of urgency. I get no sense of urgency. She says if, but it should be of urgency to be around me when we are not. That sucks for me, LOL. But hey, que sera, sera.
Boy, does this text reveal something very important. That text right there reveals a lot. If you were following all the dating rules that Corey Wayne, Donovan Sharp, Rollo Tomasi, the Red Pill Phone Tap, Kevin Samuels, if you were following everything they said, that is the text you would get confirming you're doing everything right. I mean, seriously. Man, when I'm with you, I mean, that is textbook right there, Anthony. That text was so important because it's like, when I'm with you, I feel special. I feel like you're only there paying attention to me. We're having fun. We're hanging out. We're hooking up. But when I'm not with you, I don't know where we stand. It's a mystery to me. I don't know where we stand. And then, of course, she can't get enough of you.
No.
That's a pound on the desk moment for me. Because, guys, I'm serious. When you see someone doing this correctly, this is the response that you get. However, as this segment is about crazy bitches, she can't just send that text and just leave it alone.
Nope.
Because I bet she has a lot more to say.
Yes, she does.
And had you done back-to-back dates and gotten all attached to this pussy, because I bet it was good. Most crazy bitches are good in the bedroom. Was that true in this case too? Or?
Yeah, man.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's one of the things that
crazy bitches are always good in the bedroom, aren't they?
And man, lets you do whatever.
Ooh.
Anyway, that's not what this is about. But she said, I got you. Enjoy your day. Think about what you want for dinner tomorrow. Now, she's still trying to push.
Oh, okay. She's still being charming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's still trying to push, and I think she called me after that, and I didn't answer. So I sent her a photo of me being on a podcast. Okay? I was in a little Zoom podcast.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And so I sent her a photo just letting her know, hey, I'm in a podcast. I can't talk to you.
Oh, because she texted you?
She called me.
Oh, okay.
And you know when the call mess up your podcast, so I had to hurry up.
Yeah, by the way, you hit two birds, one stone on that one. You were like, hey, please quit calling me because I'm doing something on my phone. Number two, demonstrated that you're on your purpose, which makes women more attractive to men that are on their purpose. And number three, even though you shouldn't do this, I don't hate that you were like not hanging out with bitches like you fucking think I.
Well,
I don't hate. We don't want to make that a rule, but right. I don't hate that it demonstrated that while simultaneously taking care of some other things. Right.
I wasn't trying to coddle her feelings in that. I just was like,
but you were still being nice.
Yes.
Yeah. It's okay. And guys, we said this earlier in this podcast. Seduction, charming, being nice, that is part of being a man. What we talk about on this podcast is internal dialogue.
Yes.
It doesn't mean you walk around in the world being like skeptical of bitches and, man, I know all you hypergamous hoes, all y'all want is blah, blah. No. Part of being a man is having this internal dialogue while simultaneously being gentle with children, charming with women, gregarious in your business dealings, all this shit.
Yeah.
And Anthony, in this situation, is on his purpose. I'm in a panel. Look like 6 people in that panel.
Yeah.
I'm in a panel on a podcast. Cool. Now, does she respond well to that? Because I mean, how could you respond badly to that?
Oh, you think that went well? Okay. Well,
see, I don't know this text thread, so I'm thinking like, there's no way she could react crazy to that, right?
Okay. Well, let's read the next.
Because that was just so perfect. How you?
Let's read the response. That was rude. What you just did, and no, I'm not spoiled.
Did you say she was spoiled?
I've always said she's spoiled. She acts spoiled.
Oh, but you're saying it, tongue in cheek.
Yeah, I told her that.
Oh, you're so spoiled.
When she always say, "I want this, I want that, I want this," and I'm like, have you never been told no before? And she was like, "Not really." Like our conversation,
like she proudly says, "Not really."
Right, because she wants to exude that everything she asked for isn't crazy, like outlandish what she's asking for. But what she hasn't had was somebody who isn't moved by her request, right? Mm-hmm. Even though she's being, I want to see you. Well, you can't. Well, I want to though. And so why aren't you?
Why don't I get what I want?
Right. That's
I have a vagina. I come over and I'm in bra and panties. What's the problem?
Right. So
she's preemptively saying I'm not spoiled because you guys have had like, as Corey Wayne calls it, like you're treating her kind of like kid sister, kind of picking on her tongue in cheek. You're not like sitting her down. You're spoiled, bitch. You're spoiled. You're making it funny.
Yeah.
I know what you're doing. I just want the benefit for our listeners to know, like, you're not sitting there dressing her down. You dumb spoiled bitch.
Nah. Well, so she says you act like there's always a problem or something. You have to sacrifice to talk to me or be around me. So she didn't really word that well, but she's saying, I'll say it again. You act like there's always a problem or something you have to sacrifice to talk to me or be around me.
No, I don't. I'm just trying to let you know what I was doing.
Then
you didn't deserve that. You don't need to know what the fuck I'm doing all the time either.
Exactly.
It was very kind of me to do that.
I was just about to say, man, it pissed me off because I went outside of my normal. Because at that point, if somebody's doing this to me and I'm busy doing shit and you're trying to like poke at me, well, fuck off. Don't even talk to me anymore then. Because I'm not worried about your fucking emotions right now. I got shit I got going on.
What I would like to point out to our listeners, even if Anthony hasn't realized this about himself, he's already kind of starting to bend a little, even though he doesn't even realize it. This is what crazy bitches do to you. He's already kind of like, well, I don't want her calling my phone, so I'm going to do this, but hopefully it also kind of covers these other areas.
Well, I didn't want her because she was known to call back to back. And I was like, she's going to fuck up this podcast I'm on if she keeps fucking calling me. So I sent that to her.
The reason I pointed that out is because it seemed like you were kind of uncomfortable with yourself. And as we're discussing this, you were like, man, I'm kind of going outside of what I normally do.
Yes.
And see, you're really good at checking yourself. Yeah. That infamous story about how you don't like to talk on the phone a lot.
Yeah.
And you were looking at the clock and you were on the phone for like 22 minutes and you were like pacing and getting uncomfortable because you are very, very big on your disciplines, similar to the no back-to-back dates and things like that, because these rules are in place for a very specific reason. So when you were on the phone for like 22 minutes, you're like, God damn it, we don't talk on phones. We don't talk on phones. Oh, God, we don't talk on phones.
Yeah.
We either got to be like Zoom or in person or we don't talk on phones. And you start getting like that uncomfortable. You were kind of uncomfortable just now in the moment. You're like, I'm already fucking doing shit I don't fucking normally do. I don't fucking like that I'm doing this. So,
well, it was a split decision thing for me to do in the moment because I was in the middle of a podcast. So I'm like, shit, I don't want her calling me back. Let me do this real quick and let her know. Because she know I do fucking podcasts.
Yeah.
It's not something that she don't know, right? So, not responding to you and not and sending you a say, "Hey, I'm busy. Look what the fuck I'm doing. I'm busy. I can't talk to you and fucking tell you this. So, here."
Yeah, here's a screenshot.
Like, fuck off for a little bit. All right? Find something else to do.
But she did not get her way, so she didn't care that there's a fucking podcast going on with 6 motherfucking people. She just didn't fucking care.
No.
I mean, this is how crazy bitches are, guys. They're the only person that exists in the universe. And I don't particularly think this is a crazy bitch, but this is how women often think. I'm not making this up, guys. I'm not making this up to be cool. We just had a crazy winter storm here in Texas. And everybody's losing power. Anthony, do you have water now?
No.
Anthony still doesn't have water. It's been a week. Millions of people lost power. One of my friend's wives was sitting on the couch. Trust me, guys, she wasn't fucking sewing a blanket or doing something productive with her life. She was sitting on the couch with no power, and then she looks over at her husband like, "That's it. I can't do this. We're going to a hotel. I can't do this." Like she's the only motherfucker on planet Earth that ain't got power and water. Yeah, this girl doesn't care that there's a podcast going on with 6 fucking people, ideas being exchanged, people listening to the ideas that maybe their life could be changed. No, she don't give a fuck. I want Anthony now, mommy. I want Anthony now. I got to hear what she says next.
Oh, shit. All right. I said, that's why I don't answer the phone, shaking my damn head. Nothing I do matters is always negative with you. So she says, don't worry about it. I'm good. You're good people. I don't want you to have to do anything you don't want to. I'm just going to back up.
Okay, so she's literally kind of backing off like, oh shit. Oh, because she got a little portion of attention from you. And she's like, "Oh, that feels good. I got the text back." I thought he was just going to ignore me. Daddy gave me some attention. Do you know her parents' situation, by the way? What is her relationship with her father? You may not have found this out. Doesn't sound like you guys saw each other too often.
It exists. It's just I don't understand. I don't know why the mom and dad not together.
Oh, okay. So she was away from her dad quite a bit during her childhood.
I'm not sure, man.
Yeah. This is usually what happens. These women are like, "Oh, I want attention now, Daddy," and then you pull your daughter up in your lap and like, oh, okay.
So she says, "Enjoy your night," and I say, "Let's just say what this is. It's over."
You said that?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And
you're like you've crossed too many fucking lines with me, bitch.
Because I was fed up with the shit.
This was only a tryout anyway.
Yeah, like I was fed up with it because it was more like you're trying to guilt trip me and make me feel bad because I was doing what I was doing. I'm gonna do that with or without you in my life. I don't need nobody with me to make me feel bad for doing shit that I'm gonna be doing anyway.
Yeah.
So let's just say what this is. This is over with, right? And she said, "I didn't say that, but does it matter to you either way? I don't even be like that with people I don't like. LOL."
Gotta get some LOLs in there.
Well, she's trying to.
Calm down, you.
She's trying to insult me. She's trying to insult me. She's doing a lot of things right there with this text. I didn't say that, but does it matter to you either way? So she's trying to say,
you got feelings, not me.
Right. And I don't even be like that with people I don't like. LOL. So it's like, okay, cool for you. And so I responded, and at this point in time, I knew this was about to be crazy town. Because none of this is making sense to me. After I say, hey, let's call this what this is, it's over. It's over with, right? Typically, normal people is saying, oh, wow. Oh, okay. Well, I have a nice life then, or good luck to you, whatever, right? But no, that's not what she wants to do. No. She wants to say, I didn't say that. It goes to me saying, I'm just reading your energy. When I explain to you what I'm doing and you blame me for doing something to you, it's frustrating. She says, you were rude. I think you know it.
God, I'm glad I didn't know this thread because you were the opposite of rude. You were going way beyond, but I won't cut this off anymore because I know that this starts to become rapid fire really fast.
Yes, sir. I say I disagree, but whatever, I'm over it. She goes, you treat me like I am a bother. At this point, I am too. I apologize for calling you. I go, you know, I'm not like this, but somehow in your head, you have visualized in your head I'm treating you harshly. So she goes, I'm not that woman that likes to chase a man, that doesn't want me because I like a challenge. I don't really rank with you. I'm not sure what that is. How you need alone time when we are hardly ever together. Laughing my ass off. Just do you. I'm not mad. I want someone to spend time with. I give her a thumbs up.
Now, the thumbs up was like, all right, bitch, I said this is over. Like, okay, thanks. Okay, can I guess? Usually when bitches are saying, like, they're talking shit, they got some LOLs in there and shit like that, it makes me feel like they're sitting there with other women. Do you think that was going on, or?
I doubt that. I don't think she has a circle of friends.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the other reason that they do a lot of the talking shit, LOLs, what do we call it? Word salad?
Yeah.
High five. There we go, girl.
No, I don't think she would have friends saying stuff like this because I see that she's kind of like, I don't think she would want to put herself in this light.
Yeah, that's what crazy bitches do, right? They operate in secret.
Mm-hmm.
They don't
do this in front of people,
right?
Yeah.
That's why I think
that's how they get away with this.
That's why I think crazy bitches are not as crazy as we all think they are because
no, it's behavior
somehow
they've been allowed to get away with.
Well, somehow they get real normal around groups of people that are observing their behavior. They only like peel guys off one-on-one and start doing this crazy shit. They don't ever do it like, well, that being said, there's the ghetto level of crazy bitch that will take off her wedding ring at a company Christmas party and throw it at you. Mm. I mean, there's different levels to this, but I'm talking about your average crazy bitch. They usually do this shit behind closed doors where no one else sees it because the behavior that they're doing is just so nutty. As you saw when my wife was reading this text thread, and don't worry guys, after the thumbs up, this goes 0 to 60 really fast. When Anthony just sends her a thumbs up like, hey, cool. I guess she was doing the LOL and laughing my ass off like, I don't have feelings, you have feelings. I'm over here, I'm good, I'm cool. I guess that's what she's trying to do.
Well, yeah, I guess she's trying to protect herself.
Yeah.
Like this is over type of stuff. And now you're acting crazy. Why are you acting crazy? Because I'm trying to end this shit. For her, now I'm acting crazy because I don't want to deal with this shit no more.
Well, she's probably listening to your text in her mind
way differently.
With her voice.
Yeah.
this, like, she's listening to her own voice, you know, this is over, because when she says it's over, she doesn't really mean
she
it's
don't
over.
mean it, right?
She just wants to hurt the person that she's talking to.
Or she wants a response.
Or she wants attention and response because she's gotten it in the past. When Anthony says it's over, motherfucker, it is over.
It's done. It's done, so.
Now, when you sent the thumbs up, and we're just talking about, guys, the emoji thumbs up, like, cool. You guys are going to start to see that this starts taking on this is where the crazy comes out. Just so you guys know, I don't think we've seen signs of the crazy, but not the real crazy up to this point. Now, I know you were talking to somebody and coaching someone in our Discord.
Yeah.
Is this where you said, normally I wouldn't respond any further.
Right.
But I want to show you guys this text thread.
Yes.
So that you know how crazy bitches will get. And we're not making this up, guys. We have a really strong Discord where we try to share information with guys so that we can kind of, especially our younger guys in early 20s and things like that in the group, where they can kind of see where this goes. Now, was it thumbs up? Was that the time where you sent out that message, like, watch how far this can go?
Yes.
After the thumbs up?
Yes.
Okay. So you sent the thumbs up, and then here comes the whirlwind. What does she say after that?
Well, she says, yeah, ... She put her own thumbs up. Right? Right. Cool. This is her response. I know.
At some point, you're going to have to let our listeners know about the time. Because
shit. Let me see.
It seems like this bitch was like, yeah, cool, I'm going to get my own thumbs up. You're right, it's over. But then she just sits around.
So
I got to send something else.
So I put my thumbs up at 7:32 p.m. She responds at 7:33, 7:34, 7:41, 7:42, 7:43.
Yeah. Yeah. This is where the crazy just takes off.
All right. So she says, am I not worth the time with the shrugs? Look, I know you said it's not personal, but it feels very personal.
And this is still her, right?
Yes.
These are all her. Okay.
I have nothing to say. Shit. This is about to be exhausting. All right. So, look, I know you said it's not personal, but it feels very personal. You don't see how you come across. Yeah, I'm talking to myself. You don't want to deal with this, I know. LOL. I already interrupted you and now bugging. LOL. My bad. I'm not having a good day.
I'm sorry, guys. I just want. I recognize this brain of crazy so much, where it's just like, really? Yeah, I'm done too. And wait, so I'm not worth it? And, you know what? I just had a bad day.
Well, they're in their heads.
They're feeling around in the dark. How do I get this person to respond? Again, like the person I was coaching, where I'm like, let them sit there and text themselves.
Right.
Let them just sit there and text the wall, because you've already said your piece. Mm-hmm. Confirm you got the text, Bob. Confirm you got the text, Bob. Just confirm you got the text. You know what? That's why I always thought you had a little dick, Bob. And you're a piece of shit, Bob. You don't make a lot of money, Bob. And you cheated on your last wife, Bob. And here come all the crazy, you know?
Yeah.
Because you're not doing what they told you to do. All right, so, well, I had a bad day. Now, when she sent I had a bad day, mm-hmm. So she's kind of backing up, like, yeah, I'm sorry, I just had a bad day.
Right.
Were you tempted then to respond?
No.
I love how quickly you answered that. Were you tempted then to respond? No. So she goes on to say,
well, this is the next day.
Oh, okay. So how many texts was that?
1, 2, 3.
After
4,
your thumbs up and
5.
no reply.
5.
5. She just sat there and texted. She even said in the thread, I'm talking to myself. So let's all go to bed. Let's all go to bed and just sleep on this. So she texts you back the next day.
I apologize for yesterday. Hope I didn't fuck up your you time. Happy Valentine's Day.
Passive aggressive.
Happy Valentine's Day. That was 9:35 a.m.
How do you think most people respond to that text? I'm sorry, most men. Let me be more specific. 97% of simps.
It's okay.
Oh, it's okay, baby. Even if they were strong the day before, today they're going to roll in. You know what? It's okay, baby. I just, you've had a bad day. I had a bad day too. And,
Right.
Why don't you just come over here and get in your bra and panties again?
Right.
I don't have anybody on my whole fucking radar that I could get to come over and just lay around in their bra and panties. I might not meet a bitch for another 5 months that will come over here, get in their bra and panties because
I ain't never had a bitch just come over here and just get
damn.
Fuck all that.
Because I've been so fucking lazy doing back-to-back dates with dumb hoes. I don't have nobody else on planet fucking Earth that I could call over here to just come get in their bra and panties.
Right.
And suck my dick. And that's what undisciplined 97% of simps sound like.
Yep.
I'm sorry, 97% of men that are simps sound like.
Yeah.
Desperate, scarcity mentality, and even though she came completely out of pocket, 5 texts, talking to her fucking self.
Mm-hmm.
Well, happy Valentine's Day. Well, I was going to cook you dinner.
Right.
That passive aggressive, I'm sorry I messed up your you time. And Anthony, when you say that this time's for me, what you're doing, so we can point out to our guys out there, what you're doing is you're pointing out that in the future, if you're going to date me, there will be times that I have to myself.
Facts.
I don't have to tell you what it is. I don't have to tell you it's a podcast.
Nope.
I don't have to tell you I'm recording on a 6-person panel in this podcast over here. I will vaguely tell you this time is for me. I don't have to tell you, bitch, I'm allowed to sit on my own fucking couch and watch a UT football game by myself if that's what the fuck I want to do. It's called me time because it's for me.
Facts.
And then here she comes with the passive aggressive, sorry if I messed up your me time. I mean, people that I like, that I let have sex with me, and I come over and I just strip down to my bra and panties. They're not allowed to have me time. They're supposed to do what I say.
When I say it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very selfish mindset that only you matter.
Yeah.
Because you're thinking, I'm doing all of this, and there's no response.
Her words, not yours. When I'm with you, I feel like you're so into me.
Right.
I feel like I have your attention. Yeah, because that's time I set aside for you.
Exactly.
I'm not selfish.
Exactly.
100% of my time isn't me time. But there's fucking time I have to set aside for myself. Therefore, when I set time aside for you, you are the object of my attention.
Exactly.
It's not just whenever the fuck you want, bitch.
I reiterated that when she came over.
Oh, really?
Yeah, when she had came over, I said, do you understand? Like, let's say you're a part of my daily life, right? And you get to come over every day, any day you want to. And I'm doing all the shit that I'm doing, whatever. Would you feel the same way you feel now when you're saying you don't get to? You're telling me you don't get my attention. It'll become now. I'm ignoring you. I'm always doing other things, and you're here, and I'm not doing anything with you. I'm not talking to you. I'm not spending time with you because I got all this other stuff going on, and Is everything else more important than me? This shit just continues over and over again. I let you get away with one, you're going to say the other shit happens, right?
And it's not all about her. Because if she's there while you're on a 6-person panel on a podcast, you're not 100% present at that podcast either.
No.
Is what it is the whole thing. It's like where I have to be, I'm committed to where I am in that moment. I'm living in that moment. This is what men do. This is why men have discipline. So they can be present and do a good job at what they're trying to do in that moment. They're not like half-ass hanging out with hot crazy girl over here and half-ass kind of in the podcast and then half-ass kind of, then everything becomes half-ass.
Yeah.
Right? You can't be committed to the fucking thing you're trying to do. So she texts you back the next morning.
Yeah, text me that the next morning at 9:35 at 1:52.
Happy Valentine's Day or whatever.
1:52 in the afternoon. She goes, "Women always love above and beyond flaw because they see the goodness of a man, and men always ready to ditch and dip when a woman doesn't meet their so-called standards. We are." We are all human. Shrugs.
I'm sorry. Go on.
This is one-on-one shaming.
Oh, a philosophical bitch.
Nah. This is one-on-one shaming. Shaming one-on-one. I want to shame you, and I'm gonna shame you this way.
Oh, okay. Nice deep thought, bitch. Let me tell you what really happened, though. I was doing a podcast, and you couldn't handle that you weren't getting your fucking way, is what really happened. Let's not get philosophical on how to just fucking make some mac and cheese out of a box.
Yeah.
Boil some water, put the pasta in, add the fucking powder. That's what well, if you think about the mac and cheese, though, It's kind of like water is the earth and the pasta is the people living on the planet. No, bitch. No, let's not get philosophical about men and women and all this other shit. You threw a fucking fit. I told you this time is not for you. It's for me. Then I went a step further and showed you, okay, you dumb bitch. I'm not just sitting here on my fucking couch. Maybe you don't understand what me time means. Me time means I'm like doing shit in the world. I'm on a fucking podcast. Here, check it out. Screenshot. And then you threw a fit, and now you're coming and being philosophical. Like, this is how it always happens with men and women. Every time that a man wants to do... No, bitch. You threw a fit because you couldn't handle the expectation I set for you. I'm busy. Let's start that hashtag right now, guys, on Twitter. Hashtag I'm busy, bitch.
Now, when this is when the crazy,
God.
I think this was when the crazy started to open up because
no, I think that horse is out of the barn.
Well, you know, when I say
that horse is out of the barn.
When I say open up, when I mean like, you know, when you take off running and then you hit your speed where you get
like
top
a running
speed.
like a running back in the NFL. When he hits top speed,
yeah,
an NFL running back is almost impossible to fucking tackle.
Right.
When he hits top, they got to get him that ball. They got to get him through the line. But once he gets to top speed,
right.
Derrick Henry, top speed, Jesus Christ.
It's
over. You can't take him down.
Yeah.
So she's now gotten through the line.
Mm-hmm.
She's made a juke. She's made a move.
Now she open. She in the open field. She in the open field now. It's over. It is fucking over, bro. It's fucking over. Touchdown, crazy bitch.
Oh, Jesus. Touchdown, crazy bitch. Oh, Jesus. Here we go. And it was Valentine's Day.
Yeah,
guaranteed she had that marked on the calendar
and
to get a special gift from Anthony.
The snowstorm has come through.
Oh, my God.
The snowstorm is coming through on Sunday.
So she's stuck in the house.
Yeah.
Nothing to do but text crazy shit like the crazy bitch she is.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So
oh, boy.
From 152 to 156. I feel stupid for getting in my feelings yesterday.
I'm sorry. The time was, just so I'm understanding, 1:02 p.m. to 1:56 p.m.?
No, 1:52 p.m. to 1:56 p.m.
Oh, so this is just a 4-minute span.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel stupid for getting in my feelings yesterday, but truth is, ... I'm still cool with me. Okay. What the fuck that mean? Okay.
So you don't respond?
No. I do apologize, though, for not being understanding to your needs. I get it if you're not interested in responding or speaking. You're probably irritated with this text, too. But it comes from a good place.
The truest shit you said, bitch.
You're starting to know me. You're starting to get to know me, bitch. Stay safe, warm, and home. It's colder than a penguin's booty out here. Kisses.
Let's get some humor in there.
Yeah, kisses.
There's some apologies and some humor. This has always worked for me in the past. I'm a hot bitch.
Yeah.
This has always worked in the past. Now, I don't know if she'd have gotten that many texts in 4 minutes before the simp is like, "Oh, it's okay, baby. I'm just don't worry about it, baby. Listen, we're gonna work this out."
Well,
baby.
well, what does a guy that's not red pill feel about this? She's trying.
She's trying, but he's being dishonest to himself. What he should really say to himself: I have no other options.
Yeah.
I have no other options. This bitch is hot. She comes over in bra and
No.
panties. I'm gonna hit it.
I don't think he would have even let it get to this point. Because,
no, he would have let that first apology. It's okay, baby.
Come on over back. Come back over. And the thing is, me not responding to her, she knows that this isn't enough. All this shit that she's been trying to do, none of that's worked. So she's still in attempt mode. So,
yeah, she's got a stethoscope up against the safe, turning the combination.
Waiting for the click.
Wait, that
ain't it.
Turn it back over to the right.
That ain't it.
That ain't it. I want to just apologize, but I want to still be passive aggressive. That's not the right one. I noticed the second apology there was like, okay, no more passive aggressive parts in the apology. Like all that bullshit. Like, look, I'm still good with me. Just so you know, they can't let go of that arrogance and hide it for a fucking millisecond. So that was in a 4-minute span. Then what happens?
It goes from 1:56 p.m. to 6:41 p.m.
Oh my God. This is where we're hitting full stride.
You could at least just say, fuck off.
Let me know that you got the text, Bob. Confirm you got the text, Bob.
We need a conversation. We need a confirmation on your location. Over and out.
I wonder if it would have driven her more crazy if you had that option turned on your iPhone.
It
says red. I feel like that would have taken her to a whole
she doesn't
new
have
height.
She doesn't have a iPhone, so she wasn't going to be able to see
Android user.
Yeah. So it's from 6:40. Oh no, I didn't even finish this text. Hold on.
You could at least tell me to fuck off.
You don't want to talk to me, and you don't want to talk to me. LOL. You went from wanting to chill today, just straight up ignoring me. I guess I really fucked up.
Can I point out to our audience that there's been no communication since the thumbs up?
Zero
communication. She is sitting there in a room texting to herself.
This bitch is in the open field. She out there. She is in full stride.
Oh my God.
So that was 6:41 on Sunday. This snowstorm is pretty much moved in. I didn't get anything from that point on. I thought this was over. Okay. The next text I get is on a Tuesday at 11:31 a.m. And she says, "I hope you're doing okay and staying warm." Because at this point in time, Houston has lost power. People lost water. So I guess she's checking in on me.
we all know these. I mean, this usually manifests itself in a simp way, where the guy's like, "Well, I've gone no contact. But you know, it was her birthday. I better reach out and just wish her I mean, I'm just trying to be a civilized person and reach out and wish her a happy birthday. I've gone no contact, but it's New Year's. I want to wish her a happy New Year. I mean, God, I'm not an animal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So people, when they're like, we're done, they're using this like little Hail Mary text of like, well, it's a snowstorm. I better reach out and I'm just concerned for Anthony's safety. Bitch, why wouldn't he be safe?
Well, it's an excuse to reach out.
Yeah, it's an excuse to reach out.
Yeah. So at this point in time, I'm like, same to you. I did respond. She says, "My bad if you are working." I didn't respond. She says, "You've been ignoring me, and I know this may sound stupid. Like I should just get the hint, but I'm wondering if you're done with me."
Bitch, nothing has changed. I told you I was done with you. Bitch, nothing has changed. And by the way, some people are going to say, why was Anthony playing games by responding and saying same to you? Okay, guys, there becomes an uncomfortable time where the ignoring, it looks like you're doing something beta and you're running. Mm-hmm. Now, while you would not respond to the craziness that she was texting before,
right?
Hey, just want to make sure you're okay. You know, for safety, like, oh, okay, this is a human being I can respond to.
Right.
Thanks for looking out for me. I'm not scared to text you, bitch. I'm not ducking you.
Nope.
But I have said this is over, and I've made it very clear. Thanks for checking on me. Nothing has changed here. You know. Is that the way you see it too, Anthony? Or were you just trying to get her to give more material to the people in the Discord?
I think the material I thought that was enough material. But
yeah,
I didn't know it was going to continue. But when it did, I was like, well, shit, what the fuck? Like, okay, well, you'll see here going forward though, where it starts to even get more, because this bitch is in the open field. So
yeah,
let's see where this goes.
Okay.
She says, "Would you rather me not contact you at all?" ? I says, "Yes, period. I'm done, period. I wish you the best, period."
Very nice of you.
Then she says, "I really felt like you were more understanding and forgiving." See?
This isn't that I did something fucked up. This is your problem, Anthony. You don't forgive. You don't forgive people. This is your issue, not mine.
So she says, "I opened myself up to you that first night we chilled, and I told you about things I don't tell anyone. So this shit hurts, real talk." So
you were trying to kind of let the cat out of the bag, and I kind of cut you off purposely because I wanted, when you read the text thread, for people to kind of see real time. When she started opening herself up, you were trying to say, "Uh-oh, this is a red flag for me. This is going to be something she can say later." I warned you that I was crazy.
Yeah.
And we're just saying it literally. They're going to say, "I warned you I was bipolar," or "I warned you that I had a past, that I warned you that I had trouble trusting men," or "I warned you that I wasn't good at relationships," or.
But see, what pisses me off about that right there is just because you have an issue doesn't mean that you don't have to work on it or you shouldn't work on it. You shouldn't be putting this out there like, hey, I'm going to be fucked up to you, so I'm going to tell you up front, so when I am fucked up to you...
You just got to deal with it.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not going to change myself.
No, I'm
bipolar, I'm not going to take medication. I dated a chick one time, and this is me trying to give a bitch credit. I dated a bitch one time that was molested when she was a child, and she told me the dollar amount of the therapy she had to go through, and it was like $17,000 in therapy. And she's like, but it was a lot of money. She's like, because I had to pay it all. I didn't have insurance to pay for it or anything. It was like $17,000 in therapy, but she's like, but that was priceless to me because when I have sex now, I genuinely enjoy it. She went and did the fucking work. You know what I mean?
And I'm against dating, for myself personally, any woman that's had sexual trauma.
Yeah, because she's an outlier. Most people are not going to seek help because, as you always point out to me, Anthony, being a victim in society right now is real currency, isn't it?
Yep.
The biggest victim has got the biggest clout on Twitter and everywhere else. Now, is that where she stopped?
Are you serious?
Oh Jesus! Yeah. Let's get these texts out.
But I wish you the same. Hope you find that perfect woman for you. I responded. At this point, I definitely was at this point a troll, but
you're like, I wonder what this bitch will say.
Yeah, I said I am understanding. You're not, and that doesn't work for me. She says, I'm not perfect. I apologized. You can't forgive. It's okay. No hard feelings. Not on my part. I really like who you are and want good things for you. Be good. Kissy face. Please talk to me. I am at home with no power or water. I am cold. Don't treat me like this. Shit, you got me feeling disposable right now. It's not. Oh, God. Look, this shit is not funny, man. This shit is sad, bruh. This shit is a little sad, man. So I come in. I say,
oh man,
this isn't even a breakup. We just don't mesh well. I'd rather have peace versus drama. She says, I just want a friend. There will sometimes be hiccups in all connections. I'd rather have those hiccups than have no one. So now she's kind of being truthful here. Like, I'd rather have a toxic fucking relationship than having nobody at all.
Right.
Right? Anyway, I'm not bringing drama. I want you. I want your company. I want to forget yesterday because it's today now. Be easy on me.
That sounds like an excuse that'll be made in the future.
Oh, yeah.
Let's forget about yesterday.
Be easy on me. I am human. I am a woman. The fuck? I said, look.
Oh, she just went full Smokey from Friday on you. Like, man, I was crazy yesterday. Why you always bring up old shit?
Yeah, why you bring all that old shit? Now, days have passed, man, and she's talking She's talking about yesterday, and I was like, bitch, what the fuck you talking about? Days have passed already.
Why you always bring up old shit?
We're on Tuesday. We're Tuesday. And so I said, we won't be in a serious relationship. If you just want to kick it every now and then, that's cool. But you're not relationship material to me. She says, what is relationship material to you? Just curious.
God.
Just curious. I said, it doesn't matter now. And then she says, I have you, and have you always seen me as kick it material, or did you just realize that? I said, you showed me that.
Yeah. Oh man, because she was trying to get you in that pigeonhole of, is that what you do? Is this what you do to women? Yeah. It's like, no, bitch. This is not something I did. This is who you are, crazy texter. Surely it doesn't end there.
No, it doesn't.
Oh, okay.
I said, you showed me that? And she said, just the other day, ? When I was upset, ? Or before, ? Pause it. You pause it. I said, I have my own past traumatic experiences. And you make me anxious, and I don't want to feel that way. I literally told you I wanted this to not happen again, and 12 hours later, the same shit. And this was at the point where I was a little like done with the responses. I didn't know she would keep responding. I kind of wanted to let her know that, all right, you ain't going crazy, because we all have our own shit that we have to deal with from time to time. So I'm like, this isn't going to be a conversation that we just gonna be in a circular argument about, right? Because Wesley, when you walked out, I said I had responded. I said I have my own past traumatic experiences, and you make me anxious, and I don't want to feel that way.
Yeah,
I literally told you I wanted this to not happen again, and 12 hours later, the same shit. So she says, I get that. I apologize for making you feel that way.
But I apologized.
She stayed with the apologies, bro. I told you on that first night, I can be a bit much. I was tipsy, but I remember being in your arms and warning you about me. You returned my words with open arms, and you comforted me. But it's no one responsibility to have to do that for me. I said, look, I sympathize.
How the fuck did she say that in the beginning of the sentence and then end it with like, but I warned you about this. Look, here's the thing. I told you the first night we hung out that I stabbed people with knives. And now
now you're sitting over there bleeding, complaining and shit.
Now you're complaining because I didn't even stab you I didn't even stab you in the body. I stabbed you in the arm and the leg. Obviously, I didn't want to kill you, but I told you I stabbed people.
Over there leaking and shit.
However, it is on me not to stab people. And so I do understand that I'm not supposed to stab people. And let me guess where she's going from this. So we good?
Look, I respond to this because this shit was kind of crazy. Because I said, look, I sympathize with you, but I'm under no obligation to you. That's for boyfriends and husbands, right? She said, like I said, I know it's no one's responsibility to comfort me or even try. It's just what people do when they care. I said, I care.
Oh, okay.
I said, I care.
By the way, I gotta hand it to her. That one's clever. I've never heard that one before. It's not up to people to deal with my crazy shit. It's not up to people to deal with that. Except when they care.
Get the fuck out of here.
That is that sounds like, I'm going to give her some credit. That sounds like that came out of a movie. I mean, that sounds like something that they would write in a movie to just like eradicate women's crazy. You know what I mean?
Well,
that sounds like something that Hollywood would do.
Well, it's a shaming tactic, bro. Or a guilt trip, because you're trying to say you just don't care about me.
Yeah.
And if you were a good person, you would probably care about me.
Yeah.
And this wouldn't be a problem.
And let me tell you what caring means. Caring means
ignoring my crazy shit
and just fucking complying. Whenever I text you, whenever I want to come see you, whatever the fuck I want to do. Yeah.
I responded. I said, I care. I just care about myself more.
Wow, that's a powerful text.
She goes, I already said 3 times I was wrong and wasn't understanding. I apologized. I can't do anymore. I'm worth the forgiveness, though.
She can't stop herself from these types of texts but I know my worth.
Oh man, she
can't.
You just said, I said, that's your perspective. That's what she says. Because I know I am.
But you're alone, bitch. You're not in a relationship.
No, you're not.
Currently, nobody wants you.
And at this point, not even me. Because you just showed me you're not worth it.
Theoretically, I'm worth it.
I said this, man. I said, it's not like this was 6 months ago and you had an episode. And she says, people are even big enough to admit when they are wrong. I am, and I have. What will make this better? ? Is what I said, right? You get in your way. Your apology doesn't make me feel better or take away the anxiety you made me feel. Maybe it helps you, and if it does, good for you. But I'm definitely protecting my own energy. So she says, what would make me feel better is for you to remember and focus on my good energy instead of the 24-hour episode of bad. But I'm not mad at you if you can't. I know my good outweighs my bad by far. I honestly would love to leave that behind us, but not everyone is like me. And you were on the receiving end, so it's harder for you. I would love to make it up to you, but only if you wanted that. And I never responded, so that was it.
Really? I don't know. I still think this could be a rotation bitch. Honestly.
Oh, man.
Because it does seem like she comes in groveling pretty hard. You've already communicated to her clearly that you could never be in a relationship. Now, that being said,
I want to explain
now that
to
you've
you.
said that,
Okay.
that's going to be her focus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I still think this could be a rotation. Test. Hold on. Yeah, I still think this could be a rotation chick. Because I feel like this girl will be fun to hook up with and have fun with. And if you just ignored this crazy shit, but I'm talking about I'm talking about literally ignoring when she acts crazy.
Yeah.
Just like, oh, I'm in a podcast. Oh, you always want your you time. Cool. You don't get any response to that. And
the reason.
But if you want to come through and kick it,
yeah, I told her that.
But you're being very open about not being in a relationship.
Yeah.
However,
you think she is gonna come back thinking that if I say, you know what, I'm opening the door for you to have access to me again, that's all she's gonna be okay with?
At first, yeah.
Yeah, she's gonna give the impression of that, yeah, but no.
At first.
She thinks that she'll be able to win something over eventually, and for me, when I see the end of it, I'm done with it. You know what I mean?
This is what someone that doesn't have a scarcity mindset thinks. Like, I'd rather hang out with these other rotation bitches.
It's too much drama, man. I don't want to have to deal with the multiple. Because what you guys don't know in between the texts, there are phone calls that I'm ignoring. So,
well, the other thing is too. I want our listeners to know that not only were you sharing this text thread in a Discord that we're in, which, shout out Discord, download the app if you guys don't have it. We're Red Pill Phone Tap is on there, and we have open discussions. I saw you on there like, hey, you mentioned one of our listeners, hey, I want you to see how far this goes. And so I want our listeners to know, had there not been an ice storm here in Texas, she would not have the benefit of you responding that much. Is that pretty accurate?
Facts.
Yeah, I just... There were times in that text thread towards the end where, like, this seems like Anthony's stuck at home without power and water. I'm just being honest, just knowing you as many years as I've known you. And clearly you're sharing the text thread, like, watch how this goes. Watch how this, like you said, circular arguing and circular reasoning.
Mm-hmm.
But I apologize. What's the problem?
She's talking in circles the whole time about how... nothing's wrong with what happened, and I should be able to get over this.
Yeah.
And what she doesn't understand is that I got a very low tolerance for bullshit, especially after I addressed it and you continue with it. And at that point in time, you don't respect me. You don't respect my standards for what I'm set for for dealing with me. And then she tried to mock it with calling them my so-called standards and continue going on with how what she did, like she apologized, like she's saying all this effort I did, and then there's nothing. Well, I don't
you didn't really do anything except send out a bunch of crazy text messages.
And none of that benefits me.
This is kind of a generational thing too.
This benefits her and her mindset.
I was going to say this is kind of a generational thing because people get on Twitter and they do an ice bucket challenge and they feel like they've done something. And where she sent out these texts, quote unquote, bearing her soul, I did all this stuff for you. I gave you my vagina a bunch of times, and what the hell? This usually works. And it's one of those things where when I saw some of the screenshots you were sharing in the Discord, I had forgotten about that kind of crazy. She would, similar to what you said earlier, she would never share this thread with her coworkers. No. Because her coworkers would look at her kind of like, they wouldn't say anything, but they'd be like, oh shit, why the fuck did you text someone 5 times that wasn't responding to you?
This girl runs her own business, bro.
Oh, nice. So she's not used to being told no ever. No. And I don't know.
See, y'all thought this was like some rundown chick that ain't got nothing going on for her.
No. I saw her picture and I could tell in a split second, like, oh, this is not some little thought that hangs out on the corner.
No,
that's not who this is. Because she just, and immediately in her picture, I'm like, oh, okay, I see the profile of this person. I saw that brand of crazy, and I haven't experienced it for so long. I think my wife's kind of given me one moment of that, maybe a moment and a half. I remember one time it was when she heard something I said like during our podcast. And it was like, she's like, oh, I'm done thinking that. I remember that text thread too. I'm done thinking that I'm special and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, motherfucker, bitch, you are special. Here's an example why you're special. I gave up my rotation for you. What the fuck? You must be special as fuck, But she had just had this crazy moment where I said something in a podcast that made some kind of wire cross another wire in her emotional female brain. But other than that, I've never experienced that with her. So seeing some screenshots of this was like, whoa, this takes me back. I'm glad I don't have to deal with this shit. So it's easy for me to say,
Well, I saw
hey, why don't you
myself-
bring her back into the rotation? But then again,
Hell
I don't
no.
have to deal with that shit,
Hell
dude.
No, bro. That's what I was thinking, because I was like, when you was talking about, even at the time when I saw some of the clues that, you know, this bitch is gonna be unstable.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? Hot chicks have some crazy. Okay, I'll give you
not
that.
all of them.
I'll give you some leash. I'll give you some leash.
Do well, we were having a conversation before because I'm looking at going into a master's program. Do hot bitches? Excuse me.
Do
We have
hot
a
bitches
little bit of
what?
technical issues, and we're back. Hold on, a little bit of a technical issue. Give us one. Do hot bitches from Rice University act like this? Probably.
No, no.
Probably. Yeah. See what I'm saying?
No.
Like, I mean, your immediate response to that was like, oh, no. Hot bitches that go to Rice, they're from stable families. They have a great relationship with their dad. So I'm just saying, not all hot bitches are crazy.
Yeah.
Most bitches that are crazy are hot. And I'm talking about it's a high percentage, like 97%.
Kevin Samuels said something, though, that makes sense. He was like, fine gives you time. Right?
Wow, that's so well said. Fine gives you time. Right?
Yeah.
Because fat, ugly bitches can't fucking do this for a second, can they?
No.
They gotta be.
Way.
They gotta be on their knees. They gotta. But fat bitches always have boyfriends, don't they?
Guess why?
Always.
Guess why?
They fucking do shit women are supposed to do to make guys happy.
Somehow they find a way to become feminine. They learn how to cater, be subservient, and they don't give drama. And you know they got food. So even if they buying it or preparing it, food is available for you. Your balls empty, your stomach full, like Wesley said earlier.
I mean, fat bitches always have boyfriends.
And guess who's complaining about that all the time?
Oh, hot bitches.
I don't understand how.
Yeah, by the way, that's the most honest thing you've ever said, bitch. You don't understand why this bitch has a man and you don't. That is the truth. You truly do not understand. For sure, you don't understand. But I want to go, and I know this podcast has gone long, but we've never done a podcast about crazy bitches. And for the most part, there's been a lot of laughing. It's been very, very comical. You put up a video in our Facebook group this week. It was a crazy girlfriend compilation. So, Anthony, if you don't have the discipline to handle the situation like you did, where you're like, nope, I don't do back-to-back dates. Nope, I have me time. Nope, when I have me time, I don't apologize for it. Nope. And I want to point out, the whole time you were hanging out with this girl, she said it more than once in this text thread. When we're together, it feels like we're special. But when you're away from me, it just feels like... And so this just tells me, oh, okay, Anthony's handling this perfectly.
Yeah.
Handling it perfectly. Because you had what? All these disciplines in place. And why is that? What are some of the things, Anthony, that can happen? Like I said, we watched a video doing a little bit of prep for the show, Crazy Bitches. What are some of the things that can happen?
Oh, man.
You're like, Jesus.
Property damage, physical abuse.
Talk about property damage. What do they usually target?
The thing that they think you value the most. Typically,
which is usually your car. Yeah.
Your car, electronics, TV, shoes, expensive shoes, clothing.
What do the police do about this?
Jack shit.
But they broke the law, Anthony. What's the problem? You
she's
can't, Anthony. So I could just go to a Top Golf parking lot and just start smashing people's windshields, and that's fine, right? That's not against the law. I could just walk through and smash everyone's windshield. No consequences for me, right?
Bullshit.
Yeah, I'll be going to fucking jail.
Yeah, and you gotta pay. You gotta pay for it. You gonna have fees. I mean, you gonna get sued.
Yeah,
It's a lot going on.
But if I'm an attractive female and I choose my boyfriend's car in the Topgolf parking lot,
well, he must have did something to deserve it.
Oh, is that what it is?
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm just a guy randomly doing shit, I mean, those can't be all nice people, right? They probably did shit. All right, Anthony, let me not split hairs here. What if I know that one of my guy friends is having an affair on his wife? Can I then follow him to Topgolf, slash his tires, break out his windows? I mean, he did something wrong, Anthony. He cheated on his wife.
No.
Why is that?
Well,
could I have my wife go slash his tires in the Topgolf parking lot and smash his windows in? Could my wife do it? She could, couldn't she?
Let's ask Tiger Woods.
My wife could go do it though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because she's a woman. And what does our court system do when it comes to women? Do they get the same sentences that men do?
No.
Never. The court system never treats men and women the same. Well, very harsh to men, very lenient on women.
Recently, the lady that got all the hype on social media, a bird watching Karen that said that the black guy was attacking her and shit like that, and while she was strangling her dog.
Yeah.
The judge just dismissed her case and kicked it out. So no consequences, just case dismissed.
Yeah. Let me tell you about Dating a Crazy Chick 101. Now, Joe Rogan is, in my opinion, maybe the best podcast on planet Earth right now. And one of the people that he worked with on a show that Joe Rogan was on called News Radio. And Joe Rogan says literally the most talented person he's ever worked with in his life is a gentleman named Phil Hartman. If you guys watched Saturday Night Live during what I consider kind of the golden years, Phil Hartman was an amazing impressionist. He was just an amazing show business guy. And Joe Rogan said that Phil Hartman's wife was someone who wanted to get into show business and never made it. She wasn't as talented as her husband. So what did she do? She was subservient to him, right? She was submissive because he made millions of dollars. And oh no.
I'm about to say, this don't sound like a woman. Go ahead, though.
No, she would just show up to parties. This is Joe Rogan's description. And he talks about this over several podcasts. She would just show up to parties. She'd drink a little too much. She would think that Phil got lucky. She would, Phil worked in show business a long time before he was successful. And he was with a group of guys around him because guys admired this guy. A great impressionist. He could sing, he could dance, he could act, the whole nine. So when guys were around this guy, guys respected him. So he finally made it in show business, had been working in show business for a long time before he made it. And he has guys gathered around him, and he's like, God damn it, man. I finally got enough money where I could guilt-free buy a Ferrari. And he was talking about, like, God damn it, guys. I know I'm nerding out on this a little bit, but when you open the door, it just feels like a Ferrari, and you turn the key, and you can just hear the engine's just different than any other car you've ever been in your life, and just driving the car at the speed limit, it's a whole different experience. And all the guys are kind of like magnetized to this story because who doesn't fucking want a Ferrari, right? This is fucking dope. Here comes the wife, a little too much to drink. No, is he talking about his Ferrari again? Oh my God, I like trucks. When I was in high school, I always dated guys.
Where was this at though?
With trucks.
What was the?
It was just a party they were at.
Oh, okay.
And then Joe Rogan points out that like that was kind of a nag at Phil Hartman. Like I fucked a shit ton of guys in high school in the back of their fucking truck. You know what I mean? And she was just a real pill to be around. If you guys don't know, Phil Hartman's wife pulled a gun on him, killed him, and then killed herself. He stayed with the crazy bitch too long.
Yeah.
Phil Hartman, a real talent, former Saturday Night Liver, actor, successful show business guy, stayed with the crazy bitch too long, and it cost him his life.
Damn.
Didn't cost him his car, though she probably keyed the Ferrari and did all this fucking crazy shit. But you'll find that the way they cover it is Phil Hartman's wife was on a antidepressant, and she dealt with depression for years, and yeah, we can always clinically do this shit after the fact. The problem is Phil Hartman, there ain't no coming back from dead. When you stay with the crazy bitch that fucking long. And then Joe Rogan even asked one time, and again, this is where the court system benefits women over men. He asked her one time, he's like, dude, why don't you just give her half? Every time this bitch shows up somewhere, we all hate it. You live with her. You must really hate it.
Yeah.
And he goes, man, the way this system's set up in California, it's not like I'm giving her half. It's like I only get to keep a third. I get to keep a third, she gets a third, and the lawyers get a third. And I have to pay for her lawyers too. And it was obviously driving him crazy. And like I said, she shot him dead, killed herself.
But your peace, man. You can go make more money, bro. I mean, you can go reinvent yourself. I talked about this on my podcast last night. And how many times did Dwayne Johnson reinvent himself over time?
You said Dwayne Johnson?
Yeah, Dwayne the Rock Johnson. From a little kid thug not doing shit to stumbling upon wrestling because his father was doing it, finding out that he can be great at that, and then transition to being a fucking actor and dominating that shit, to now he's about to be a tequila Mongol. Has his own fucking shows, reality shows. He's just killing it. And how many different ways can you kill it when you think you've already reached the pinnacle on shit and you just keep being better? No one is worth your downfall, because you only got one life. To allow someone to take that from you, either be a physical where you can't come back from, but if it's temporary and it's just fucking money, man, your peace is so much worth more than that fucking money, bro. You can go back and make more money, I promise you. And there's going to be a different woman that'll give you more peace than the bitch that you with. I'll give up that fucking 66% and get my peace back.
But man, she's good in bed though, Anthony.
Fuck that. How many times me and you had this conversation about this good and bad bullshit that we think we can't never get again?
Here is the story I pulled up, Anthony. You talking about your happiness being first? On May 27th, 1998, now Bryn was the name of Phil Hartman's wife. On May 27, 1998, Bryn visited the Italian restaurant Buca di Beppo in Encino, California, with producer and writer Christine Zander, who said she was then in a good frame of mind. After returning home, Bryn had a heated argument with Phil, being Phil Hartman, after which he went to bed. She entered his bedroom sometime before 3 a.m. and fatally shot him once between the eyes, once in the throat, and once in the upper chest with a Charter Arms .38 caliber handgun, while he slept. He was 49 years old. She was taking a drug called Zoloft, had been drinking alcohol, and had been recently using cocaine. Bryn drove to the home of her friend, Ron Douglas, and confessed to the killing. But initially, he did not believe her. The pair drove back to the house in separate cars, and she called another friend and confessed a second time. Upon seeing Hartman's body, Douglas called 911 at 6:20 a.m. Police arrived and escorted Douglas and the Hartmans' two children, guys, from the premises, by which time Bryn had locked herself in the bedroom. Shortly afterward, she committed suicide by gunshot. Guys, a big reason why we wanted to give you the details, play-by-play of Anthony's text thread is because when I tell you Phil Hartman was killed by his wife, it doesn't seem real. But when I point out the details of how she shot him once between the eyes while he was sleeping, guys, while he laid there sleeping, shot him once between the eyes, once in the throat, and then once in the chest, then leaves and goes confesses to a friend. And then you find out later in the story that then the police had to escort their two children out of the home. She shot this guy in his sleep while her kids were in the house, and then went and boo-hooed, just like in Anthony's text thread. Hey, I said I'm sorry. Man, I killed Phil Hartman last night. Can't we just talk about today? And then when the police arrive, she has to lock herself in a bedroom, and then she kills herself. It makes it a lot more real, doesn't it? It makes it illuminates why people like Anthony have such stick-to-itiveness with their disciplines on why you don't do back-to-back dates, why you don't do all this other shit. Because what Anthony's processes allowed him to see before he got emotionally attached were all these red flags. And this Bryn, I'm assuming Bryn Hartman, with this Bryn Hartman chick rolling up on her husband and killing him in his sleep, it all of a sudden it's not funny anymore, is it? All of a sudden you're doing more. I mean, Phil Hartman paid the ultimate price. But what usually happens, guys, is you're just in a really shitty marriage. Your life's you can't remember the last time you've been happy. You're no longer the man in your marriage. I'll give you a perfect example, Anthony. Here locally in Texas, while we're going through an ice storm, people don't have power or water. Whose idea was it to go to Cancun? Ted Cruz's wife.
Yeah. Well, you think he's strong enough to
tell his wife no?
No.
But his daughters wanted to go with friends down to Cancun.
Okay, you guys go. I'm gonna hang back. I'm the fucking senator of the state.
No, honey, there's nothing you can do here. Honey, there's nothing you can do here. And talk about a guy who's got all the brilliance in the whole world. Motherfucker went to private schools his whole life, then went to Princeton for college, and then Harvard Law. Not smart enough to be disciplined with women and be like, no. Bitch, I'm a senator. We're not going to fucking Mexico to a vacation resort while motherfucking Texans are suffering. You fucking dumb bitch. I don't know, Anthony. That's the one thing I wanted to get through in this podcast was the look that you had on your face when you were like, I'm not seeing a bitch back-to-back days. No, I'm serious, Anthony. Because, guys, what a lot of you guys are looking for in this podcast, and I'm sorry, we're never going to be able to do this for you. There's not one big thing that's going to help you navigate this correctly. Guys, it is thousands and thousands of little things that you have to do. Anthony, I mean, that's why we couldn't just make one episode of this shit. You know what I mean? It's thousands and thousands of little disciplines. Thousands and thousands of little disciplines. And Anthony, that's just a big rule that you just don't do that.
Yeah, it's
and,
one of
and
many.
Look what it illuminated. It illuminated, crazy bitch.
Now, so
it would have been so easy to just have that bitch in your arms, nice and warm, and wearing nothing but bra and panties, and sucking your dick and riding your dick. And,
I was going to tell you that I bet there's somebody that's saying, well, if he would have just did what she wanted, she wouldn't have act crazy and all that.
See, fast forward that 5 years later.
Exactly.
See what that fucking looks like.
I was just about to say, this is why you catch shit like this in the beginning. This is why you have disciplines, because guess what? It pulls out this bullshit.
Yes.
So you're not caught with somebody who can't be told no, that won't understand when you're on your purpose to actually get shit done, that she won't impede that, and you trying to juggle all these balls, trying to make this bitch happy, and you don't understand why this bitch not happy.
Yeah.
She would have never been happy because there's nothing you can do, because she is incomplete on her own. She can't be without you, even though she has her own shit to do. When she wants you and you can't give her you, guess what? It's your fault.
And if you give her more you, it's never enough.
It still won't be enough.
Never
it don't
enough,
matter.
man.
It won't matter. So, like Wesley was pointing out, she said, when I'm with you, you give me you. But when I'm not, I don't know what's going on.
You can't become a bitch's cocaine. I mean, you can't become a bitch's cocaine. It's like, oh, that feels really good. Wait, I want some more. God. Wait, there's no more. I can't have cocaine right now.
Can you?
That's how she was treating you, dude.
Can you imagine if? Because I've had conversation with guys who've been in similar situations, and they think the answer is just to give in.
Yeah, just make her happy.
Yeah.
And guys, and I'm here to tell you, this gets way harder when you're in relationships. You have to understand a cardinal rule. Women don't always get to be happy. Sorry, guys. Do men always get to be happy?
No. We understand.
I mean, Jesus Christ. if I even suggested, if I went into a room of people and said, don't y'all think men should just always be happy like 100% of the time? They would look at me like I was fucking crazy. But if you say that shit to this protected group, this protected unicorny fucking group called women, boy, when they get mad, and guys, look at the way this manifests itself out in the real world. You make women upset about anything, we're not going to buy that product. All the advertising dollars. Whoa, hold on, women. I mean, we just live in a society that just gives them what they want all the fucking time. I don't like what Pick a Celebrity said about women. I'm boycotting everything this actor or whatever this celebrity does. Get the fuck out of here.
When was the last time you bought something from Gillette?
Well, I mean, I'm personally boycotting that company.
Yeah, I have as well. But
is Gillette suffering? Probably not. There's enough simps.
Oh yeah, that has no idea what even happened in that.
And if you guys don't know what happened, look it up. Because I'm here to tell you guys what sounds trivial when it comes to crazy women. When you look into the future of how your life and more importantly how your happiness looks, not so trivial, is it?
Yeah, what's going on? Okay.
That got dark towards the end. All right, we like to thank you guys. This was a nice little treat for our listeners.
Yeah,
Extra long podcast.
Yeah, y'all almost got the original podcast.
The original, yeah. But it's a subject we've ignored far too long. These are things that needed to be said. You guys need to hear the details of this kind of stuff, because Anthony took you down a road. He took you down a road where most guys would have given in 8, 9, 10, 11 times, and this would have just continued to an unhappy place, which is where most men are living today.
This is why rotation is so important, guys. A rotation allows you to let this one rotate themselves right out the door. Bye, bitch.
And I'd like to echo that sentiment. For all you crazy hoes out there that were offended by this, here at the Red Pill Phone Tap, I would also like to say, bye, bitch.